Tutoy. Sorry.
And we are live mga ka-Pix Pro. Isang magandang hapon. Maulan na hapon na naman po sa inyong lahat. Friday na naman po. And this means one thing again, it's alas Pix Pro na naman po. So, kamusta po? Coming from our friends here and one of our, of course, ever reliable technology partners, Sir Nap from Fortinet. Kamusta po? Although mamaya bibigyan namin kayo ng talagang award-winning na introduction later on. Kamusta naman po kayo dyan, sir?
Good. Katulad sa ibang parte ng Pilipinas, no, maulan din. But yeah, kanina mainit eh. So the weather keeps changing.
True po. Ang tagal din namin kayo, Sir Nap, na miss dito ng Fortinet kasi you opened our first quarter with another relevant study. Tapos ngayon, you're coming back on this quarter na naman with another trending relevant study. So, it's nice to have you back once again po. Of course, Miss Pin, nandito rin po. Hi, Miss Pin. So, later, makakausap natin si Miss Pin.
Yeah,
And of
hi. Oo.
course, ayan, yan na
Hello. Yeah,
pala.
you
Hi,
can
Miss
hear me
Pin.
na. Yeah,
Yes
I
po,
just
yes po.
have technicalities sa video, but later on siguro magiging okay na. Yun. Yeah,
Okay
hello
po.
everyone. It was nice to be here. Yeah, for this afternoon. Maulang afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon po. And of course, joining us on their debut airing is of course the officers coming from the Pixbro, Quezon Province. So headed by Ms. Marie Andrea Surbano, the chapter president. Hi po, Press
Hello po.
Andy, how are you?
Hello po. Good afternoon, everyone. So, we're very excited po to be part of this KC for the first time. And so dito po sa amin sa Quezon, kumbaga medyo mainit naman po ang weather. So I hope I'm sure we will enjoy po yung ating KC today and I can't wait po.
Thank you po. And ang ating batang-bata, pero legendary na si BP Mario Enteria. Hi po, BP Mario, how are you?
Okay naman po. Okay na tayo sa bata, wag na legendary. Nakakahalata tayo ng
Natawa
edad.
si Sir Nap.
Di ba,
Parang
Sir?
mag-i-share si
Nagkokontrahan.
Sir.
Di ba, Sir Nap?
Yes, sir.
Ayun.
And
Nasa
yes
Quezon din
po.
ako, maulan. Baliktaran ni
Yes
Mama.
po.
Quezon City.
Mag-iingat po tayo kasi habagat. So andun yung threat ng habagat, ang threat ng monkeypox, ang cyber threats. So puro-puro tayo ng trends. So always mag-iingat mga ka-Pix Pro. Si BP Lulu Avila is here with us as well. Fresh from PUP Lopez, Quezon. Hi ma'am, how are you po?
Hello po. Good afternoon po.
Okay po. So pasadahan po muna natin before we proceed to the much awaited topic for this afternoon. Tignan po muna natin ang ating mga Kapix Pro online. Ang taas na po agad ng ating viewership. Nasa 42 na po tayo. BP Mario, would you do the honors po of reading the greetings, the online greetings?
Hello, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Nice to see some familiar faces. Huwag na natin sabihin na legend, legendary. And ingat po kayo. Mukhang maulan sa maraming lugar. Nice meeting you.
Yes po. So we have po Joy Kenneth Sala Biasong, good afternoon. Rafi Placido, good afternoon po. John Christian Dumo, magandang hapon po. Mas maganda mga ka-Pix Pro, you put your location kung saan po kayo ngayon while watching our kwentuhang cybersecurity para makita naman din po natin kung saan po yung nare-reach din ng ating online live stream because of this kwentuhang cybersecurity. So also, I see BP George Pineda of NCR watching. Magandang hapon po, BP George. We have Eugene. Okay, good afternoon po. Gerald Digno, magandang hapon po. Press Sherwin of Aurora Chapter is also watching. Meron din po silang KC in the next month. So abangan din nyo po ang kanilang official unveiling here sa ating kwentuhang cybersecurity. So we have Oseret Odisa. Good afternoon, everyone. So, ang haba, ang dami na. Magandang hapon sa inyo. So, ngayon po, work naman po. So it's been a while, it's been quite a while since we last, of course. Fortinet is kwentuhan nga po namin kanina, the last time that we had encountered Fortinet was, in the case po, was during the first quarter when they did a special report on the threat landscape predictions for 2024. So ngayon, nagpo-progress yung ating study. So kamusta naman kayo dyan, Sir Nap, sa Fortinet and our work? Medyo maraming challenges po ba in terms of maintaining our job as cybersecurity professionals?
Yes, of course, the cyber criminal are not sitting, no, para to do these mga new attacks, no. In Fortinet naman, we keep on working, we keep on doing our research, no, to further improve the cybersecurity landscape, no, not only in the Philippines but as well as globally. And we continue to introduce new products and integrate new technologies to further strengthen the cybersecurity posture of our customers.
So this is good to know, no, na ang ating pong mga tech partners are not only delving on the, of course, creating products that would be used to ensure to keep the cybersecurity of every enterprise firm and strong. So meron din pala kayong may certain department din po, correct me if I'm wrong, with Fortinet that is in charge of the research.
Correct. So actually, for threat research, we have one of the pioneer when it comes to cybersecurity threat intelligence research, which is our FortiGuard Threat Labs. No, our FortiGuard Threat Labs is based in Vancouver, Canada. No, and proud to say na marami ring mga Filipino na working in our Canada Threat Research Lab as threat researchers.
Yes po, and very timely kasi kapopost niyo pa lang po na feature na agad sa Philippine Star and na-share na siya agad sa different IT and cybersecurity forums. Kaya nga talagang pinurso ko si Sir Homer at si Miss Mel to have this special kasi we want to shed light. Kasi ang dami ring tanong sa mga forums as regards to how do we remediate this issue. And I think PixPro would be a very good avenue to voice out kung ano ba yung
Agree.
naging gap, yes po, to our Fortinet as one of our partners. At kung ano ba yung pwede nating gawin, ano ba yung pwede nating makontribute to alleviate, of course, the situation in terms of creating a culture and a standard for cybersecurity education here in the country. So, DP Mario, dahil ayaw mo amining legendary ka, ibabalik ko sa iyo yung tanong bago tayo magpunta doon sa ating presentation later on, of course, by Sir Nap. So, sa tinagal-tagal mo po sa industriya, ano na po ba ang nakikita niyong pagbabago? At ito pa rin po ba yung the same old problem na meron tayo, just like before?
Actually, may malaki na rin yung changes, no? Siyempre, with the advancement of technology, mas nagiging challenging din naman. So before kasi, yung technology is not as advanced as now. Medyo yung threat, medyo hindi ganun kabilis ang pagkalat, hindi ganun kakano. Ang problema is, sabi nga kanina na Senap, yung I think one of the areas is yung skills. Yung technology, mabilis ang advancement, pero yung
Correct.
skills, naiiwan. So, baka kahit anong bilis natin ng technology advancement, yung skills lalo na on the good side kasi baka on the other side, on the darker side, mas malalaro ang utak niyan, di ba? But
Correct po.
on the good side, baka habang umaangat yung technology, medyo naiiwan yung skill sets, lumalaki yung gap. So I think that's yun na mention kanina ni Sir Nap, that's a good thing na dapat ma-address natin, paano natin i-address.
Sige po. So, para bigyan natin ng klarong explanation and direction ito pong ating discussion for today. So, for today's special episode of Kwentuhang Cybersecurity, we will talk about Fortinet's 2024 Global Cybersecurity Skills Gap Reports, which reveals a critical shortage of cybersecurity talents in the Philippines. So, here with us today, of course, is Sir Nap, coming from Fortinet po, who will explain to us what this study is all about. And of course, we are being joined as well by Ms. Pin Casimiro, one of their engineers, to help us understand kung ano ba yung pwede nating mga mitigation actions on how we address this skills gap. And of course, nandito rin po ang ating Quezon Province, who will be the face of the academe to tell us the realities and what could we do, especially here in Pixpo, for us to be able to bigyan naman natin ng development for the better po itong nangyayaring skills gap in terms of cybersecurity professionals, cybersecurity talents, production of quality cybersecurity professionals for the country. So I'll give the floor to you na po, Sir Nap, for your presentation.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Arlene. Let me share my screen. I hope you can see my screen now.
It's okay na po.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon, I will be talking about the cybersecurity skills gap, 2024 Global Research Survey done by Fortinet. With me on the call is Ms. Pin Casimiro, our Regional Account Manager. She is also covering the education sector, and siya yung punong abala namin when it comes to engaging and working with different colleges and universities all over the Philippines to help disseminate cybersecurity awareness programs to the students. Okay. So to start with, it is my pleasure to present the findings for Fortinet's 2024 Cybersecurity Skills Gap. And this comprehensive report will actually give us some idea on the current state of cybersecurity skills worldwide. This will include yung mga challenges and opportunities for the organization to face and build the robust cybersecurity defenses on their network. Okay, so to start with, this research was actually conducted across 29 different countries, and it involves over 1,850 IT and cybersecurity decision makers. And that includes 25 leaders from the Philippines. And as you can see, the role types are coming from the C executive levels, 40%. Then 26% of them are holding directorate position. Then 20% are owners. Then 10% are business unit heads. And a smaller 4% are vice president level position. So if you can see on the role type, these are the key decision makers when it comes to IT spending of each company. And they come from various sizes of companies. So meron tayong respondent from a company that is sized between 100 to 499, between 500 to 999, 1,000 to 2,500, and so on and so forth, respectively. We also gathered respondents from different business sectors. And the top 3 business sectors that participated on this survey are coming from technology, manufacturing, and financial services. Then we also did try to strike a balance between the gender of the respondents, of which 60% are male and the rest are female. Okay, so as we delve into this report, it is essential for us to understand yung mga most pressing issues faced by organizations today, and what are the increasing complexity and challenges of cybersecurity. So we asked the respondents with several questions, and actually one of the question is, how many cyber attacks has your organization experienced in the past 12 months that can be partially attributed to lack of cybersecurity skills on your network and security teams? So the question is, particular, no, to in terms of relationship of the cyber security breaches related to skills shortage, no. And we found out that in 2023, no, an alarming 94% of organizations in the Philippines actually reported that they experienced one or more security breaches. Actually, there is a significant increase from 2022, which is in 2022 we see 92%, while in 2021 it is only around 86%. Now, this rising trend of breaches actually highlights the urgent need for enhancement of cybersecurity measures and strategies of organizations that they should also adapt to strengthen their defenses to protect their network against growing threats. Another question was, have any cyber attacks in the last 12 months cost your organization's money in loss of revenue, fines, and others? No? And we found out that more than half, about 52% of them, actually cost them over $1 million US. No? And if you can see on the graph, there are even respondents that responded that they lost around $5 million to $6 million. No? That is in 2023. Now, this actually marks an increase from 45% in 2022, although this is a bit better na if you compare it to 2021, wherein we see 60% of these organizations actually see that they lost over $1 million related to cybersecurity breaches. If you can see, the graphs are not really predictable. They are fluctuating in a different manner, and this only shows that the unpredictability and evolving nature of cyber threats. And it is important that we understand the financial impact of the cyber threats, kasi it is crucial because it provides a clear guidelines for businesses to invest in better cybersecurity defenses and training. In terms of top cyber attacks that this organization has encountered, they are allowed to select multiple options from this list. Now, we have seen that the malware attacks top the list. These malware attacks actually involve malicious software designed to damage, disrupt, and gain unauthorized access to computer systems. This already includes the different forms of malware, like viruses. Actually, ransomware has a different category, but the so invasive ransomware are also included here, spyware, and other malware attacks. Then the second on the list is phishing attack, wherein it continued to be a highly effective access method used by cyber criminals because it deceives the individual into providing sensitive information such as username, passwords, and even financial details. And they also use these phishing attacks to fool the unsuspecting users to click on malicious links. Then the third on the list was web attacks. And most of these web attacks are actually including SQL injection, cross-site scripting, cross-site request forgery, and other techniques that exploits weaknesses in web infrastructure and web application. No, it is also important that we understand these common attack types, no, as a first step in building the robust defenses. No, some of the types or methodologies such as yung external USB or physical media, no, was only included this year and is not included on the choices last year. No, that's why we don't have the 2021 statistics for this one. Okay. Another question is how long did it take to recover from the cyber attack? No? And 55% of the organizations actually reported that it took them more than 1 month to recover. No? If you can see, there are several options that has been provided to them to click on. No? Merong 1 to 3 months, merong 4 to 6 months, 7 to 8 months, no? And longer. No? And we found out that 25% of these organizations actually indicated that their recovery period extends up to 4 months or longer. No? And for the Philippines, no, the mean recovery time for organizations that has been victimized by cyber attack is actually 2.22 months. Now, this is actually better from the global average time of 2.7 months. No? So this can indicate that the global cybersecurity hygiene is at par, no, when it comes to global standards. By the way, no, yung tinanong for this question, yung how long did it take to recover, are only those who answered that they experienced cyber attack, no, in the past year. No. And understanding these recovery metrics actually is very important, no, to not only prevent cyber attacks, but to also have an idea, no, on how to have a robust incident response plan. No, it's very important. Okay. The next question was, what percentage do you expect the number of cyber attacks at your organization to increase over the next 12 months? No? So we also asked them, no, kung ano pa yung possible na nakikita nila na mabibiktima pa ba sila ng cyber attack. No? And on an average, the respondents in the Philippines actually expected around 22% increase in cyber attacks in the coming years. No? And this is actually higher than the global average. Global average is 19.3%, whereas for Philippines, the expectation is around 22%. No? And this expected jump in terms of expected cyber attack incident, no, actually indicates or highlights the urgency for organization to bolster or strengthen their cybersecurity defenses. A projected rise in attacks actually also indicates that the evolving nature of cyber threats and the necessity for proactive measures. Okay. No, 62% of the board of directors or C-suite has been penalized, no, or lost their position or employment due to the cyber attacks. No? This is evident in the response of the subject of this research. No? 62% of them reported that some of their board or director or C-suite executives have faced penalties such as fines, jail time, loss of position, or loss of job, no, because of the cyber attack. And these statistics actually is a good indicator that the growing personal and professional stakes for senior leaders, should be a wake-up call for them to improve when it comes to addressing cybersecurity incidents. This also proves the heightened level of accountability, especially for critical importance of cybersecurity, should be addressed at the highest level of organization leadership. The C-suite or yung mga C-level position should not only be aware of the cybersecurity landscape, but they should also be actively participating in shaping and implementing the cybersecurity strategies of their respective organizations. When they were asked to what extent is cybersecurity for your organization a top business and financial priority for your board of directors, an overwhelming 94% of the respondent actually say that cybersecurity is now a business priority. And this high level of awareness and prioritization indicates yung critical importance, when it comes to protecting organizational assets, and this will include yung customer trust and yung security when it comes to business continuity. Okay, so now that we've seen the significant impact that cyber threats can have on businesses, we now go to the primary concerns and causes behind the cybersecurity challenges. So when the respondents were asked, how would you attribute the cause of these cyber attacks? Actually, 77% of the respondents identified that the top reason for the cybersecurity attacks are actually attributed to cybersecurity skills gap. And additional 57% pointed the cause of cyber attack to lack of awareness among employees, and is considered a critical issue. So if you can see, 64% of the respondents indicated that their organization lacked the necessary cybersecurity tools. This may not be related to cybersecurity skills gap, but this only shows that we need essential tools, to help our cybersecurity professional, to provide a good cybersecurity posture in our organization. So in summary, 3 out of the top 4 concerns, are actually identified by the respondent to be directly attributed or related to training and talent development. So this also shows that enhancing cybersecurity is not just a technology problem, which is shown on the second option, but also requires a holistic approach that includes a comprehensive training programs, not only for IT personnel, but as well as to the employees and leadership. Okay, so the next question siguro ang ano natin is, are we doing enough here in the Philippines, based on the recent data, from Gartner. Now this is outside of the Fortinet research. Gartner actually highlights that IT spending in the Philippines, if you compare it to percentage of revenue, is only at 3%. And of this 3%, only 5.5% of the total IT expenditure is directed towards security. So if you do a direct computation, that is yung nadadirect towards cybersecurity, is only around 0.16% of the revenue. No, so to give you more context on this, no, the IT security spending per 1,000 peso of revenue of an organization in the Philippines is only around 1 peso and 60 centavos, or round off na natin 2 pesos. No? So it's very small. And mapapaisip tayo, is this truly sufficient, no, to safeguard our digital assets, no, and be able to provide resilience against increasing complex threat landscape. And another alarming findings of Gartner is that the human aspect of cybersecurity efforts, no, for IT full-time employees, no, it only constitutes 4% of the total workforce. So the IT security professionals make up about only 5.4% of this 4%. No? So yung ratio roughly translate to 2 IT security personnel for every 1,000 employees. So imagine that, no, how are you able to support and secure 1,000 employee, no, if you are only 2 in the team. And this is actually an alarming and serious concern, no, when it comes to the executives, no, when they found this out. Okay, so this only shows the pressing need, no, to increase focus and investment in cybersecurity. Okay, no, so another question asked is, which of the following cybersecurity skills does your organization need the most? No, and significant challenges they face actually is finding the right candidate with the necessary skill set. No, number one on the responses is that 50% of the respondent actually identified cyber threat intelligence skills as one of the critical skill that they are looking at for cybersecurity skills that they need. No, this is actually essential, no, to understand and anticipate the cyber threats that may go around the organization. The second on the list is the cloud security, with 42% of respondents actually chosen this option. No, as more organization migrate to cloud environment, kasi they continue to adapt digital transformation, the need for skilled professional for cloud environment is a paramount, no, if I should say it that way. Then, in which area of cybersecurity do you find the hardest to fill the roles? No? So 60% of the respondents actually say that they see security operations center researchers or employees, no, are the hardest to fill. Next on the list is cloud security, with 42% of the respondent see that cloud security remains a critical yet challenging area to find skilled professionals. And these roles are actually essential, no, for maintaining a strong cybersecurity posture within the organization. And we need to address these challenges, no, when it comes to recruiting people for this position. No, this is really a thing that we need to address to fill the gap when it comes to knowledge or skills. Then 80% of the respondents actually uh, identified that one of the biggest challenges, no, when it comes to hiring people is the good foundation when it comes to network engineering and security. No, so it is a critical skills, no, for a cybersecurity professional to truly build a robust cybersecurity infrastructure. Because network engineering and security engineering, um, they are the one responsible to design and implement as well as to operate and maintain yung mga secure network systems natin. And it should also be resilient, no, to protect the network against cyber threats. No, and this specialized nature of these skills, no, make it challenging for organization to find qualified candidates. Oh, when they were asked if why are certification something you look for and prefer in a team member or direct report, no, so 87% of these IT decision makers actually responded that they prefer and look for certification. No, so primarily to keep up to ensure that their direct reports are keeping up with the evolving security threat landscape. They have the necessary validation of skills and knowledge, no, when it comes to cybersecurity, and they will be committed, no, to for continuous professional development because cybersecurity certification, some of the cybersecurity profession requires CP points, no, for us to renew. And of course, this also proves the enhanced credibility and recognition, no, especially if you have a very good certification badge on your credentials. Okay. So, are there any organizational changes after a cyber attack? No. 79% of the respondents indicated that they plan to implement some changes on the programs following a cyber attack. And one of the measures that they are looking at is the importance of education and empowering employees to recognize and respond to potential threats. Of course, the security awareness programs, no, will provide employees understanding of cybersecurity best practices and latest threat vectors. No? And it also provides comprehensive training, no, when it comes to the comprehensive training and awareness programs, no, actually is a crucial step, no, to foster and develop the culture of security within organization. When they were asked if they prefer to hire people who has technology focused certification, no, 94% of the respondents responded to they prefer to hire candidates who hold technology focused certification. Now, yung technology focused certification, these are certifications that are specific to the industry, no? Diba, mga cloud certification, yung mga CISSP natin, CISA, no? So these are the kind of certification they are looking at. Because this provides verification of technology proficiency. Again, yung commitment to continuous learning. Tapos, most of the certified professional exhibits enhanced problem solving abilities and increased confidence, no, when it comes to organizational matters. Then, if they were asked if you would pay for an employee to get cybersecurity certification, 98% of the IT decision makers supports that they would pay for an employee to get certified no, for cybersecurity. So this is significant value placed by organization, no, to invest in employee development and to boost the work.
Okay, I think nagkaroon ng connectivity issue si Sir Nap. Okay, Miss Pin?
Yeah, mukhang
Is
nawala.
Miss Pin? Is Miss Pin still here with us? Sige po, while waiting for Sir Nap to return to our Zoom meeting, siguro po, BP Mario, let's try reading all our online shoutouts coming from our PixPro viewers. Actually, we're topping at 120 plus kanina eh. Ang taas ng viewership natin ngayon, nakakatuwa. So special shout out nga po pala from PixPro Aurora chapter and the Ascot. Sila yung napakarami dito ngayon. Okay, I think Sir Nap is back. So while waiting for him, shout out lang po muna natin mga avid viewers natin from PixPro chapter, Aurora chapter, Aurora province chapter, mga Ascotians. Magandang hapon sa inyo. I saw here coming from PixPro Quezon province chapter ulit. Thank you very much po sa inyo. Sir Nap, when you're ready po.
Ay,
Okay.
sorry. Naputol
No,
yung
no
internet
worries po.
connection ko. Yeah, no. So going back to my presentation, no. So in summary, no, we see the rising cyber threats. No, we have seen that the complexity and frequency of cyber attacks is increasing, and we need robust cybersecurity measures, no, for different organizations to be aware of this one. The importance of skills and training, no, is a major challenge in combating cybersecurity threats. We need to address the cybersecurity skills gap. Then certification as a priority. No, so we need to have a technology-focused certification, no, with 94% of IT decision makers preferring certified candidates, and 98% actually supports to invest in employee training and certification. And of course, the leadership accountability and involvement. This is also important, as well as the strategic organizational changes, no, to respond to cyber attacks, no, wherein one of the major important changes is the security awareness and training programs. So yun, no, so that actually ends my presentation.
Thank you very much, Sir Nap. Napaka-comprehensive. Okay, stop share na po siguro tayo, sir, para makita ang inyong gwapong-gwapong mukha, sir.
Okay.
Yan. Para makita yung magaganda at gwapong-gwapong pagmumukha po ng
Yan.
ating mga speakers
Wapat
and
na.
our host for today's KC. So, share ko lang, we're at around 112 viewers as we speak. So, napakaraming interesado sa topic na to, which goes to show that this cybersecurity is everybody's concern. It's everybody's interest. And it's a good thing that we are bridging the gap, so to speak, through this plenary sa ating kwentuang cybersecurity. So, Sir Mario, VP Mario, are there any questions po na nakikita natin sa ating chat?
May share lang ako kasi I think yung very informational yung kanina, yung sinabi ni Sir Nap. Yung dun sa yung dun sa increase in terms of yung sa threat sa Philippines natin. Just a quick share lang. I read kasi sa Philippines is number 4 na target sa hacking. So, doon magiging critical yung pero pagdating sa skills, we are lagging. We are below the average. So, parang ang laki ng risk, di ba? Okay, so some of the questions, ito random lang to ha. From Sir Bong and Radan, what is the ideal ratio of IT security personnel versus to the number of full-time equivalent or FTE?
Okay. Let me answer that, Sir Mario. No? Actually, when it comes to the ideal ratio, it depends. It really depends on the industry that you are into. No? So, Gartner didn't provide the ideal guidance, no, but in terms of revenue, no, in my own opinion, no, at least 10% or nearly 10% no, should be spent towards cybersecurity to make it robust and have a full visibility end to end.
But that's in terms of revenue percentage.
Yes, sir. Tapos it depends on the industry. No, if your organization is into technology, if your organization is into FSI, retail, manufacturing, no, that will actually differ.
Okay. So is there a follow-up lang? Is there a certain, kasi si Gartner, you mentioned Gartner. Si Gartner kasi may mga global studies siya that based on industry specific, may mga recommendations sila. Maybe they can find it somewhere. Something like that.
Yes, sir. No, Gartner provides numerous research when it comes to IT spending versus cybersecurity spending. So, maaaring marami tayong makita, no, but it could be a dated one, no, or it could be an outdated one. But yes, sir. There are several studies with regards to this.
Okay. There's another question, Miss Arlene, basahin ko.
Ayun. Sige po.
From Tebo. Which is better, an in-house security operations team or a reputable subscription-based managed security operations center?
So parang as a
Yep.
service po ito, no?
Yeah, parang outsource at
SOC,
saka
SOC.
in-house.
Ayun, actually, it depends. No? Some organization, they start hybrid. No? Like, for example, if they are still not able to do 24/7 security operations center, no, they have some few cybersecurity threat researchers in their office working 8 to 5. Then beyond office hours, no, they utilize a managed security operations center services. No, when it comes to which one is better, no, it really depends on your budget. No, kasi in the long run, it will be more cost effective, no, if you run your own cybersecurity operations center. No, but if you want to start small, you can go with the managed SOC. Yeah, tapos yun nga, another factor that we need to consider is the skills and capability of our security operations center. No, if you don't want to train or if you don't have the capability to train your security analyst or IT staff to be a cybersecurity professional, I would suggest to go for a reputable managed security operations center rather than doing a trial and error and guessing when it comes to analyzing cybersecurity incidents.
So they can focus on their core business, no?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Ano po, BP Mario, if I may lang, maipasok lang natin. Kasi one of the salient points that were mentioned during your study is the lack, would we say, if that would be the right term, the lack of certification programs that our employees are not being certified in terms of cybersecurity skills is one of the major causes as to why meron tayong cybersecurity incidents like this one. However, if you would notice kasi going part ito kasi ng personal and professional development eh. And truth be told, hindi ganun kamura ang ating mga certification program. So, being one of our technology partners and of course being part of Fortinet, how do you see this issue kasi? So, ang dami nating problema regarding the talent gap, yet the certification programs are very much steep in terms of pricing and all. So, ano ba yung pwede nating magawang paraan for that?
Yeah, in Fortinet, no, we do provide some free trainings, no, especially the basic one, no, for employees, no, yung mga cybersecurity awareness. And another thing is our involvement in schools and universities, which I think my colleague Pin Casimiro, our account manager, no, can provide more info in terms of Fortinet engagement to the universities and colleges in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss
Okay.
Ping.
So, hi. Yeah. Hello, everyone. And finally, I have my video on. Yeah, actually, as mentioned no kanina ni Sir Naps, yun dun tayo sa skills gap. So, just to let you know some info or facts. So, amongst all the countries in Asia, actually, Philippines sobrang behind tayo when it comes to the cybersecurity awareness. So, as part of our advocacy in Fortinet, we have the Forti Academy program. So we launched a program together with our distributor. So one of the program we call it Forti Lakbay para sa edukasyon, and then the other one is Forti Eskwela para sa mamamayang Pilipino. So ano ba yung aim nung sa education namin, sa Forti education namin? So ito yung mga programs na binibigay namin sa mga schools, universities na pag naging partner namin sila sa Forti Academy, we will be giving them a free voucher certifications. So, unlimited yon sa mga students and of course sa mga teachers and sa mga professors. So that's only one of the yung makukuha nila sa program namin for the Forti Academy. So yun. So I think with that, siguro yung mga skills gap natin when it comes to cybersecurity, medyo mapupunan na natin unti-unti. Kasi when we did the launching, no, so we partnered also with one of the organization. We call that PSITE, or the Philippine Society for the IT Educators. So we did workshop and enablement. So we started in Region 3, 6, 7, 8, 11. So we partnered with them. So we did a lot of cybersecurity awareness workshop. And also, in-enable din namin yung sa mga IT rin nila, and of course, sa mga teachers and professors. So that's one of our initiative siguro sa Fortinet, from Fortinet to be part of the para mabigyan namin ng sagot yung sa skills gap natin. So magi-start yan sa mga students natin. Yan.
Thank you, Miss Pin. Actually, since ang Fortinet din po kasi is one of the technology partners, isa po sila sa mga nilalapitan natin, especially during forums like Kwentuhang Cybersecurity. And it's good to know na meron na rin palang rolling. And maybe we can engage Fortinet as well kasi kung inyo pong, for everybody's information po, kasalukuyang on the roll po ang ating PIXPRO Certified Cybersecurity Professional. So we are training 34 students coming from the different colleges and universities across the country kung saan po tayo merong school alliances, school partners, at ito po mga batang to ay atin pong tinitrain at sinucertify para po pag sila ay umalis sa PIXPRO, umalis sa ating training grounds, sila po ay certified na. So yung atin pong nuance before na kapag kung gusto mo maging cybersecurity professional, kailangan mo kumuha ng mamahalin. We try to alleviate that in our own little way, which is by empowering our students through our certification program, certification training, internship, and mentorship program. And hopefully po, we can also recruit Fortinet as one of our training providers for this program. Kasi nakakatuwa naman, ongoing na rin po pala kayo, Miss
Mm-mm.
Pin.
Yeah, we can collaborate naman. Yeah, we can talk about it. Oo.
That's
Actually,
good
I
to
saw
know po.
the ano yung mga ginagawa ni Sir Angel. So
Yes,
nakita ko
yes
na
po.
din siya, pumunta sila sa northern part of the Philippines. So isa rin 'yon sa mga pinuntahan ko. Kasi yun nga yung PSITE, kasi national
Mhm.
siya eh. So I
Yes
mean
po.
per region they have the president, yung president nila for the organization. So lahat 'yun iniikot namin para makipag-collaborate kami, and of course para matulungan din nila kami na mai-share kung ano yung meron kami sa Forte Academy, which is yun nga, free certification, and that's unlimited para sa mga students and sa teachers.
That's good. Well, maybe we can make use of our platform din sa Pixpro, no, to get more information from our tech partner Fortinet on this particular program, and of course to somehow, some way, in our own little way, to bridge the gap kung ano man po yung meron tayo ngayon to promote cybersecurity awareness, cybersecurity education, the culture of cybersecurity per se here in the country. So pakinggan naman natin yung magandang boses coming from our Quezon Province chapter. Press Andy. She's actually she's from PUP Lopez along with VP Lulu here. So upon hearing po itong ating skills gap report from Fortinet, ano po yung masasabi niyo coming from the voice of the academy?
Ayan, yes. Thank you, VP Arlene. So nakakatuwa po yung narinig natin today, no, na meron pong ganong mga offers ang ating mga partner industries. Kasi sa totoo lang po, in an academe part, hindi po talaga ganun pa din. May lack pa rin in terms of awareness. Hindi lang po sa students, no? So sa mga educators din po, I think kailangan din natin ma-update yon, kasi or magkaroon ng training for the sa mga professors or mga nagtuturo po, kasi una-una para makapagbigay tayo ng good guidance na sa student, no, we also have to update, no, yung skills natin and awareness in terms of cybersecurity. And na surprise din po ako dun sa data na binigay kanina ni Sir Nap, no? Na in 1,000 employees, dalawa lang po pala yung sumasagot or nag-handle ng IT security. So napakalaki po nung kakulangan or kumbaga need, no? And in academic part po, I think yung mga ganitong data po na nabibigay po, especially from Fortinet, magagamit kasi po natin ito for designing or reconstructing our program, yung ating mga curriculum, to update it so that we can offer more value sa ating mga students, and may aligned natin yung mga programs or courses na ino-offer namin sa ganitong type ng industry, kasi nandito po yung need. Kasi minsan po ang focus po ng mga students natin, especially dito sa amin, no, since medyo nasa province po kami, hindi kami masyado kumbaga nakikita yung ganitong side ng industry ng IT, more on software development, which is I think very populated po yung pinupuntahan ng mga students namin. So with the help of awareness like this and trainings like this po, na-address natin yung challenges dito sa amin, na makita ng estudyante, sila mismo yung mag-take ng interest na mag-pursue nung career in cybersecurity. So I think for me po, kailangan talaga magkaroon tayo ng value for yung certification. Gusto ko lang din po sana i-ask, since hindi din po talaga ako pa familiar doon sa mga needs, no, para ma-qualify. I think our students would also like to know this po. Ano po ba usually yung mga certifications na kailangan ma-take nila if they're going to pursue yung cybersecurity career po?
Okay. Si Fortinet po, no, we do have this what we call Network Security Expert Institute. wherein we offer 5 levels of cybersecurity professional training. So it starts with the Fortinet cybersecurity fundamentals, no? Then the administration part, then the specialist part, up to the expert level. No? And each of these level actually has several trainings and certification where a cybersecurity professional can define the path na gusto nilang i-partake. No? Kung gusto nila more on network administration, meron kaming separate path for that. If they want to be a security operations center analyst, meron kaming separate path for that. No, but they can start taking our free NSC training exams and certification from our NSC Institute website.
Okay, thank you, Sir Nap. Before we close, kasi kulang talagang 1 oras sa mahabang balitaktakan when it comes to cybersecurity. Siguro we'll accept one more question coming from Sir Joel Tolentino Duque. How is the cybersecurity skills gap impacting the Philippines? Approximately how many years are we behind? Is there an estimated peso value associated with this gap? Meron po ba, Sir Nap, in your study?
It's a very good question. No? So siguro we can include that on our next study. No? But for the current study that we have, no, we don't have that information yet, especially if specific to Philippine market.
Miss Arlene, if
Yes
I
po,
can share,
Titi Mario.
although it's not Fortinet specific, based on I think 2023 report, we are 5 years lagging in terms of skills and education. So ganun kalaki. I'm just hoping na ngayon is 2024, 2025, sana mas malesen yung 5 years. I'm afraid baka lumaki. So that's the study about, the result was released 2023, but the study was conducted in 2022. So we are 5 years behind, and at the same time, we are below the average or the standard.
Okay po. So, I believe naman, if the threat landscape is evolving, of course, our capability hopefully is also evolving. So, through platforms like this one, through our tech partners like Fortinet, and of course, through Pixpo, we were able to somehow alleviate the gap one step at a time kasi hindi rin naman natin kakayanin ng drastic change especially if we are changing on the aspect na nandito lang tayo, we are just a speck in the myriad of problems behind the issue of cybersecurity. The change should be holistic, whole of society approach should be employed. We can only do so much with so little that we have. So for us to close this session, Sir Nap, Ms. Pin, any last message coming from Fortinet, of course, to our mga kwentuhang cybersecurity followers and viewers for today's session?
Yep, no. So I just want to emphasize, no, yung importance ng cybersecurity skills enhancement. And also, we need to get the buy-in, no, from our IT decision makers. Now, for aspiring cybersecurity professionals, no, there are lots of free cybersecurity training courses on the internet. No, so you can try to find some on Fortinet, NSE Institute or Network Security Expert Institute. You can create your account and you can avail the free trainings. You just need to pay for the certification, no, on some of the levels, but the entry level of the certification are free as well.
Thank you, Sir Nat. Ms. Pin, any parting message for our viewers po?
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to to say thank you kasi you invited us, so we especially for the 40 Academy that I have kasi I'm the one managing that program, no. So I think it will be a great help, especially for the students at saka yung mga students na talagang malayo na, I mean, sa mga provinces na wala talaga silang alam or hindi sila aware for the cybersecurity. So that's part of our program. So right now, papalawakin namin yung ang aming partnership with PSITE. So we will visit all the regions in the Philippines just to, to share what we have for the 40 Academy program, which is free certification for all the students, unlimited, and of course for all the teachers and professors. Yan lang. Thank you.
And hopefully po, kay Pixpro rin po, makasama rin po namin kayo because this is part of our advocacy as well to educate, elevate, and expand the practice of cybersecurity in the country. So, mga ka-Pixpro, it's 6:01 on the clock right now. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga kapatid, kaibigan, kaalyansa sa Fortinet Philippines. Special shout out po sa inyo po country manager kay Sir Alan, and of course to the other members of the team, si Miss Mel, si Sir Homer na laging nandyan din kapag kinukulit namin for a special KC request. Of course, our Quezon Province officers, maraming salamat po. Definitely, we will hear more about Fortinet, our projects with Pixpro, of course, and more of the certification programs, trainings, every activities that will promote cybersecurity education and awareness for the country, all for the benefit of the Filipino people. So maraming salamat po sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa ating 110 strong viewers na nandito pa rin po to watch us. So sabay-sabay nating gawin po yung ating mantra to officially end the day. Sabay-sabay po tayo, ha? Okay, kung ang iba po ay nag-e-enjoy na sa kanilang weekend kasi ibig sabihin pahinga na nila. Sa amin po sa cybersecurity, hindi. Because sa amin po, sabay-sabay po tayo. Happy lang.
Walang weekend.
Walang weekend. Maraming salamat mga ka-Pixpro. Thank you, Team Fortinet. Looking forward to partnering with you more on this initiative. Maraming salamat, Quezon Province Team. Magandang hapon po mga ka-Pixpro.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Good
Thank you
Bye.
po.
Nice meeting you again, Sir Nap.
afternoon. Catch up tayo, sir.
Sige.